All right, peace, peace, peace. What up, man? Shoot, I ain't do it. First of all, foremost, want to thank you the most. Let's give thank the Most High, give him praises to him for him being house shot for letting us see another day. Not only that, on a natural sense, but us being alive in Him and this and that. But by His mercies we aren't consumed. Man, hopefully all's well with y'all, brothers and sisters. Man, much love to y'all. I actually had a lot I wanted to go into yesterday because a lot of stuff has happened. These past 2 days, a lot of stuff has happened. I was meditating on a lot of things, but I just actually finished, shooting a movie yesterday for a brother. But yeah, man, and it's great though, man, because shout out to because I even though in the past year, past actually few years or past year or so, because I was working in school and this recently, this summer school, even though they were pretty good. The youth there, the students there, are pretty good. Get on the youth a lot though, man. But it's really up to us, man. Even if you don't have children, just to be an example for them, honestly, man. Because man, the brother that that I work with, man, that man, it's just man, it was just great, man. Hearing his children, man, talk things of that nature. Man, he's just doing a great job, man. It's just phenomenal, man. I was just wow, man, because that's why it's so important. Because actually, what? I was just actually talking about this. Let me get this Proverbs in the let's go Leviticus, then I'll go to hit. Yeah, I'm gonna hit a few things, man. I ain't gonna be too long, man. But yeah, man, let's get this Leviticus 10 and 11 real quick, man. It says, and ye shall teach the children of Israel all these statutes which the Lord has spoken unto them by the hand of Moses. Yeah, so now, it's talking about actually the nation and children of Israel, because we're all children in the Most High house shot, but the actual children, man. Actually, I recite this every day. Let me get the Deuteronomy now. Let me get the Shema now. Let me get this, man. It's important to train them up in the faith, in the faith in the Most High house and His commandments, man. Because and shout out to brothers, because I know some brothers in Discord app do have children, man. Shout out to y'all children too, man. But and that's why that's why I always go into the aspect of how Yahushua in Isaiah 9:6 was a spiritual father, man. That's why it's so important, because a lot of our forefathers, and that's what's missing nowadays with our nation now, spiritual fathers, man. Of course, it never can replace the actual father, man. But that's that element of a spiritual father is so very key as well, man. Because that's why I was talking about it. Even a spiritual mother per se, because Deborah was a spiritual mother. Razis and Maccabees was a spiritual father. Paul was a spiritual father. Job said, "I was a father to the poor." There's a lot. Hilkiah, Isaiah? He was named as a father to the man. It's a lot of things that he was as a father, man. But I touched on that in the past, man. But let me get this Deuteronomy chapter 6 verse 7. It says, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, shalt talk with them while sitting in thy house, when thou walkest by the way, when thou liest down, when thou rises up. Yeah, man. So we got teach them diligently, man, and also inside the word, outside the word. I mean, I pray that the sheep that come into the fold, our people come into the fold, man. But even that, you have to instill principles into them, skills and principles and values into them, man. But more importantly, from the Most High and house shots, man. This word, ultimately, that's what's ultimately going to guide them. But because on a natural level, even that's missing too. That's a big reason too, man. Because I was talking about this with my homie the other day, man. I talked about this in the past. There's a difference between elders and OGs. Then at the OGs, it's pretty much old heads, pretty much, because the ages isn't always wise, man. But that's what that Isaiah 3. Isaiah is says was Isaiah 3 because it's all I'm not going to generational warfare too, because that's a really deep. This conversation I had a lot with that too, because the young acting proud against the ancient, but we already know the age isn't always wise. So it's just there's a balance to that too. That's just the state of our people. But yeah, man. But read this again. It says, and thou shalt teach them diligently to thy children, talking to them while sitting in the house, and walkest by the way, when it lies down, when it rises up. Thou shalt bind it for. Yeah, okay, that's it. Yeah, I'll go to read the next verse. So yeah, man, that's really what's what it is too, man. Especially, that's why it's always going to like our conduct, man. Because even like um, even inside the world, even outside the world, like we gotta be mindful of our conduct, man. Because our youth, man, are like they watching us, man. They really everything they do, man. Children are very intelligent, man. They're very observant of things, how we react, how we operate. What we do in adversity, what we do when we're upset. They just watch any key thing, man. Because how it is, like how heavy it is when somebody like wants to be like you, man. That's what most of these children want to be, man. They want to be like you, man. Honestly, man. So that's what um yeah, we got to guide them in the right way, man. Honestly, because what's called Clockers is we can't do like like because they just came on the other day. Clockers, man, Mekhi Phifer movie, man. He his character in the movie, man, and that's a lot of times too. That's why a lot of these these young brothers out here is joining gangs and things of that nature because they're looking missing that first of all that that the absence of a father, absence of a masculine presence in their house, and and also too, man, it's, and even beyond that, even if the father isn't there, man, like that's why, man, all these, I got some young bulls, like some that's Philly slang, like young man. It says like younger man, pretty much like a young bull is like a this a young cat, man. That's what it is, man. But man, always try to look out for them, man. Seriously, man, because actually, kind of take me back to when I actually met. I touched on it here, man. Like because I know, man, student of mine, one of my favorite students, man. He's great, man. He's phenomenal. He boxes, everything, man. But I ran into while I was at work a few months ago, like especially when they have a bright future, especially when you know their future is bright, like damn, because them days it's up to the Lord's will, of course, how they gonna turn out, man. But certain things like damn, okay, I could tell he or even she is going to turn out pretty good. But I met actually somebody that knew Limbai is a basketball player that since he was younger, yeah, the basketball player that he was supposed to be on Celtics, he went to Maryland. He was actually supposed to, like, they say he's supposed to rival Jordan, man, if you like, during that time, because he was supposed to pick up where pretty much the Bird Celtics left off, into the '90s, into that transition. But yeah, man. I mean, and I always thought to, because when I was talking to him, I touched on it in the video I made, but I said, man, when he passed away, man, because he tried crack for the first time, man. That's why I said, it's like even Scarface said, man, it takes a second to pray and a minute. It takes a minute to pray and a second to die, man. Because trying something for the first time, man. And that cost him his life, man. That's that peer pressure that or just trying something, man. That's why you just like always stay away from that, man, because one bad decision can cost you your life, man. Scriptures even teach that, man. One thing you could do can, like, Ezekiel 33 say that one thing a righteous man could do can cost him, man. It don't even matter all the righteous thing you did, man. So it's even that too. But I say that to say, man, because that once crushed him when he heard when that happened, man. But anyway, I don't want to go too deep into that. Let's go to Proverbs. I'm hit hit Joel and Sirach, man. But yeah, man. But seriously though, man. But this is beautiful. Talking to his children, man. I was just like, wow, man, he's doing a great job. Because a lot of times I do talk about the youth, but there are some good youth and children out there, man. And honestly, man, for this now, we can't even fully blame them, because nowadays there's always like bad youth, even all the generations before. And but now we see that, okay, this is grossly as more prophecy unfolds, but because they got exposed. They're these are honestly these are the worst generation of parents ever, man, honestly, because man, they're like no like old school vibe, because a lot of their parents aren't mature, or they haven't really grown up. They still have a childish mentality or immature mentality, man. So yeah, man, these are really the worst generation of parents ever, honestly, man. But yeah, but saying that to say, man, it's just honestly, there's a lot of good youth out here though, man. There's waiting on us too, but we failed them too, man. Like that's why we gotta be an example for them too. So can't fully blame them, but yeah, man, it's just crazy. But yeah, that's why it says this though. Proverbs chapter 22 verse 6. It says train up. It says train up a child in the way the way he should go, and when he's old, he will not depart from it. Yeah, so yeah, man, that's what it says, man. Train up. You have to be trained up in this, man. That's why Why even the other nations, man. Shout out to Chronicles of Judah. Brother mentioned this, man. Like, their presidents, their leaders of, like, their nation, man, their people, man. They're trained up, man. Like, that's why you see, like, if you go to poppy stores in the hood, like go to corn stores in the hood, like, they're they have a what you call 'em, the Asian man or Ishmael or the Arab man, they have their most of the time they have their what you call 'em, their children with them learning, man. Actually, no, let me say this too, man. Let me say this too, man, because this always stuck out to me too, man. This, man, I was doing last year, man, doing this. This what kind of blew my mind. I had nothing but to respect this man. But this blew my mind. I told the story before, but man, I was doing door to door, man, like, for electricity, man, pretty much doing something. I was doing door to door, man. So, I knock on the door, man, and you know and this is why I could tell, man, it's more of an indictment against us, man. But I knocked on the door, man. Ishmael, Arab woman, she opened the door, man, but she saw me, then she closed the door, and you know what she did? She got her son, and her son, and she stood behind her son, and she said, and his son, I started talking with son, he said, oh yeah, my father's not here right now, stuff like that. That one itself, I had to take a pause back. I'm like, wow, man. That's how I could tell, like, and that's but that's that Isaiah 3:12, especially with our people, man, because I mean, even though, like, that's like, like, shout out to the brother Assembly Firstborn, like, even though, like, that can be detrimental. It was double edged sword. It was double edged. It's kind of a balance to it, man, because a lot of times I don't think, because a lot of times, like, especially with us or our nation or our people, man, like, due to, like, fathers not being there, like, a lot of times mothers say, oh, okay, you're the man of the house now. That's not really too much, that's not really conducive, especially for a young man or teenager, man. Because my older brother went through it more than me, but because I was a middle child. But even though I had still elements of that, man, but we had to be that, man. It was, and not only that, and I'm sure a lot of brothers and sisters had that, man, because well, not sisters per se. A lot of brothers had that because my pops, he was there, but he was in and out, kind of doing a lot of things with that, man. But well, I'm sure even y'all, there was probably even more worse stories than that, man. But a young man should not deal with that. But even if he's a man of the house, even if that's the case, like, he has to be trained up in that way. That's why I respected that, man. When they had that Arab boy, man, he was like, he was like, oh man, my father's not in the house. This was key thing to me. This was though I told you, like, wow, man, this really indictment our people, man. That's why Yahushua said, man, this certain things like these other nations do is going to be an indictment on you, man, because like his mom was standing behind him, like, because that was that symbolically telling, like, okay, she's under him, she's under like the masculine authority, man, because that's what it is, man. And you could tell his pops was even probably raising him up, right, man, because honestly, that just stuck out to me. I had nothing but respect. That it took me a while. I was like, damn, man, because what did Yahushua say when he came of age to his mom? He called her a woman, and that's not nowadays. It would be a big thing, but no, that's just what it was, man. Like, it just was what it was. It says, listen, even Sirach says, listen, the more mothers have, the father's the head, of course, and the mother authority over sons. But a lot of times, once the man gets of age, now it's like, okay, man, that's just it, man. That's what the Yahushua say. When he was on the once he was on the he was on the cross, man, he said, listen, man, I'm going back to the Father, and look, see y'all, that's y'all mother now, man. Like, y'all look after her. Mary, he said, listen, that's y'all mother now, man. So that's just what it is too. That's what's kind of too, man, because honestly, man, like, people don't like this, man, but whenever you start a nation, of course, whenever you're going to start, like, a nation, you're going to start with the man, of course. You're going to, like, nowadays, I know we live in that Jeremiah, a woman shall compass a man, in Isaiah 3:12, and things that nature prophecy, man, but when you ever starting a nation, man, you're going to start with the men, of course, and and women play a big role, and they're the part of the nation too, man, because we can't exclude them at all, man, because certain times, like, even in the word, out the word, we like to exclude, our women. We can't do that. There's no nation without them either. But you always start with the man. But that's just, I'm kind of going here and there. But that just always stuck out to me. I was like, wow, she really was stood behind her son, and like, and yeah, man, that's really was good, man. That's how I could tell, like, they actually have a patriarchal they had a patriarchal household, and a lot of times, like, but it's not just affecting, like, let me not just say that too, because that's just even though I'm kind of delving into other things, that's delving other nations are going through that too, as far as women. It's because a lot of times, certain our brothers, man, our men of our nation, man. Jake a lot of times say, "Oh man, our women stuff out of control." And this and that. One, well, it's a reflection of us, because how are we acting towards the Most High house out? Our husband, the man that's over us. So that's why and was it Jose? He said, "Listen, the women will be whores, stuff like that, but I won't punch them." Pretty much what he's saying is, like, how y'all acting, how y'all act towards me, that's how y'all women gonna act towards y'all. But also too, we say, like, our women are are doing this and that, or out of order, this and that. Oh, that's true, man. But honestly too, it happens with the other. This is a Western problem. Honestly, this happens all. She was kind of starting to happen all around the world, but not really too much, because I can't speak on that because I don't live over there. Because some of the influences going over there, like, in Saudi Arabia, I think years ago they starting to let the women drive there and do all types of stuff. And that's why scriptures say don't give them passes to do so much. But also too, that's all Esau go through it. Ishmael go through all the Arabs, all the Chinese, all them they starting to go through as well. This is more of a Western thing with women and things of that nature. But it's not just our women too, because a lot of times we say, okay, I'm gonna deal with one. You gotta deal with, shout out to Brother Chronicles of Judah too. He said, listen, you're gonna deal with that with the women in general. It's just the nature of women. You're gonna deal with a lot of things too. So it's not just, no matter what nation she is, no matter what nation or so-called or race she is, man. But that's just another topic for another day. I don't want to get too caught up in that. But yeah, man, let me get this in Joel real quick, because I kind of went. It says, "Tell Joel 1:3. Tell ye your children of it, and let your children tell their children, and their children tell another generation." So yeah, man, we're supposed to pass His word, in the faith and the word down to generation to generation, man. Honestly, man, because and shout out to the children in this word that are being raised in this, man, because they're going to be even better, man, because they were raised in it, man. Because I wasn't raised in this word, that's why a lot of times we come in, and honestly too, we still had problems we can have, man, because we wasn't raised in this, man. So yeah, that's just what it is too. But yeah, man, but that's that. Yeah, man, but let me get this Sirach, because also too, Sirach says, "Listen, my child, don't forget what your father and mother told you, man." But here's the thing too with this, when you sit with important people, but man, this was so beautiful about, like, the brother and his child, man, like, the brother and his children, man, because this is really what it is. Because I was like, listen, man, they're gonna be just like him, probably, Lord's willing, if they grow up, man. They're gonna be just like him, man. That's what the scriptures say, man. That's why, even in the Lion King, he, like, what did Mufasa tell Simba, man? He said, listen, I'm always with you, man. Or, like, that's why, like, shoot, that's why I even said, like, listen, like, Yahushua was the Most High. Like, he was the living, not that they're the same entity, but he was the living embodiment of him, man. And that's what, like, the Most High says, like, because I can't speak on these things. I don't have children. I don't have a child, but I don't have a son. But that's what. Well, I'll tell you what the word says though. But that's what he's listening. You're supposed to be spitting the image of him, man. That's why. Yahushua said, "What the Father doeth, what the Son doeth, what the Father doeth," man. That's why a lot of times when people say, all like, men should just, like, shout out to Brother Simba Firstborn, like, men should just know how to fix cars, know how to fight. No, man, men, they like, even for, women, of course, they have to be trained up in certain things too, because that's a lack of, like, mother. That's another conversation for another day. But no, man, they, like, young men, they have to be trained up in that, man, because, like, whatever you're gonna do with, like, I touched on this in the past, whatever you was doing, man, what you ever seen your pops and stuff do, you gonna do it, man. So it's not like, if your pops was a mechanic or was a plumber or engineer or what's the other thing? Not a conductor, construction worker or things of that nature, or a builder or a laborer. You gonna do that, man. But if your pops was like this regular job, came home, drunk a little beers, or but he was there, even if, like, on that, he wasn't, like, even if he did something like that, you gonna do that. Not saying that a loser per se, but no, the average, just Joe just doing this. That's what you gonna do, man. Or even like if you got a family full of gangsters, man, what you think the son gonna be, man? Like you got people that gotta realize that, man. Because my pop, man, we grew up. I grew up, my pop just listen to X all the time, DMX, watching sports football, the Eagles, or watching Simpsons, King of the Hill, laughing and stuff like that. And I started to do some of those things. I do some of those things now, man. So that's why when people automatically, because you're a man, you're supposed to know how to do these things. I mean, I was actually with the brother. I kind of disagree with him on it there, but I kind of there. But he said, listen, man, he said, listen, man, men should know how to do those things, of course. And I feel where he's coming from too. But if he wasn't like raising that too, it's like he said, of course, now we're in the information age. We got the internet now, so the internet's your best friend. So know how to change the time, know how to do this, know how to build this, know how to fix that. I mean, yeah, but I hear you on that, man, but certain people don't learn that way. Everybody learns a different way, man. Some people need an actual teacher, need actual instruction next to them, not just the internet. Not everybody can't be self-taught like that. And two, I was about to say something. I'm losing my train of thought. Two, and two, a lot of times, so yeah, that's what it is too. Like, shout out to brother somebody firstborn, man, because he pointed this out too, and that's the thing too, because people don't. And actually, I was actually talking about this with my actual brother the other day too. People, it's not about that, because man, of course you could do that. Look how to do certain things, learn how to fix certain things, learn how to build certain things. But no, it's like no, I'd rather pay, because one, you don't get that time back, man. Because there's nothing like your time being wasted, man. Oh my gosh. That's just really bad. It's like more anything, even the money aside with certain things, you can lose a lot of money, stuff like that. But it's the time, honestly, because honestly, Lord's will, you can get that money back depending on how much it is. But it's sometimes is what it is. But also too, it's the time, because he even said that. But also too, it's respecting the profession, man. Because that's why we live in the world nowadays. Everybody wants to do everything, man. Not staying in your own lane, man. That's why Romans 12 and 1 Corinthians 12 goes into the different offices in the body, man. Because everybody wants to do everything, man. Even Cyrus says certain people calling for advice, certain people don't. These are people even people that labor, like actual builders, people that keep the streets clean, or people that build cities, stuff like that. They shouldn't be out for as far as judgment. They can't be judges over the people. They can't be rulers over the people, because they're in their field though. But we need them. But they just can't be here, man. Everybody has a part to play, man. But that's another thing too, man. Because it's like everybody's like it's not cool to. Everybody just has to be the person nowadays. You just got to be the guy. Like it's got to be this. You have to be It's not good to be the role player anymore, or like it's not good to be the soldier, like being the role player, or being. It's not good being that. Everybody has to have their own business, or like everybody's not meant to be a CEO, have their own business, man. Somebody, or just people have good to have 9 to 5s and be employees, man. There's nothing wrong with that either, man. So yeah, man, it's all about that. That's another thing too. That's another conversation. But let me get this too. Yeah, because I really gotta get ready to go. But where's it at? Gosh. Oh gosh, this one right. So son just like himself. Oh my gosh. Yeah, here it is, man. Exactly. Ecclesiastes, also known as Sirach chapter 30 and verse I'll start at verse 3. It's this is all talking about Yahushua right here. All kind of 1 through 4 a little bit. Not because his father can't. The father can't die, but if you read it, you'll kind of understand. But he says, "He that teaches his son, grieveth the enemy before his friends, he shall rejoice of him. Yep. Though his father die, yet he as if he were not dead, and for he hath left one behind that is like himself." So yeah, man, it's gonna be like that's why. I was talking about that's another topic. I ain't gonna go into that. The whole yeah, man. That's what it is, man. It's like certain people that's why I made the Lion King reference, man, because it's like symbols like pretty much like that's why Mufasa say something. He said, "Listen, I'm always with you, man. That's why you're like a spitting image of me, man." That's why it was beauty talking to his children, man, because yeah, man, that's what it is, man. It's just like I can see they're gonna be like spit an image of him, man. It's like, and I could tell like by from far he takes him with him or everywhere he is, man. Just like Samuel grew up in the temple, man, or Joshua grew up around Moses, man. A lot of times people gotta be like, that's going back to being trained up. You got to be there, you know. You have to see that, you know, to emulate that, man. You got to be around that, man. That's because that's all they ever knew, man. So that's just what it is, man. So that's why, you know, even Yahushua was a living embodiment of the Most High, man. That's why he was the Most High, man. He was like, you know, that he was a living embodiment of him, personified, man. And also, too, there's nothing wrong with that, man. I'm trying to think of another example, man, where, like, you know, yeah, man, that's just is what it is, man. Yeah, man, that's just is what it is, man. Even like Dragon Ball Z per se, like I'm thinking now, like Gohan, man. Gohan was like, shoot, you know, like, you know, in the series, you know how much, like, you know, like, you know, battles Gohan fought and witness, man. Of course, you're gonna do that the same thing, man. They just, you know, they train them up to be warriors at the same race, you know, in Dragon Ball Z, man. That's what it is. A lot of times that kind of part of the scriptures, kind of they get that influence from scriptures, but you know that's just because Judges 3:1 says that, you know, there was a generation that wasn't trained up in war, but you know, and even in Genesis 14, you know, the men that Abraham had, like, they were trained up in war. But anyway, that's if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, man, that's just is what it is, man. I just yeah, man. So hopefully it's edifying because I gotta go. So peace.